Good morning, everybody. How we doing out there? Thank you for joining me. As always, it's nice to see you. Good night, get medical marijuana credit. Something new every time I start. What's going on, Facebookers? How we doing out there, YouTubers? Nice to see you. Connecticut Medical Marijuana Credit Compound Concentration Coffee. We are here. We are up. We are on the air. It is your Sunday edition. What's the good word? Hopefully you've had a good start to your day. Love you. Now, Facebookers, I know you had a buzz at first, but it should be good now. Bud Rich, what's up, man? Nice to see you in YouTube land. And talk about annoying. Ever since Facebook did their most recent update, every single time I start a live broadcast, it starts with a buzz. I literally have to disconnect the mic, reconnect it, and then we're fine. Good morning, Diana. How are you? Yeah, no, it's always doing that. Always doing that. Their updates always screw something up. What's going on? Ryan Roberts, how are you, man? Nice to see you over there in Facebook land. Yes, SunDaze. SunDaze is a great word indeed. Hey, hey, hey. Now, let me double check. I'm pretty sure I thought I got that problem fixed over in Facebook, but I want to make sure. Everything sounding good to everybody? Looking good to everybody? Facebook sounds good to me. I figure I'll type over to Facebook. Because if the audio's out, they're not going to hear me to ask the question, right? Once again, our theme track, Bio Track. That is Austin Woodward and Shane Roberts. That is for Compound Concentrates and Coffee. Again, thank you for being here, everybody. I do appreciate it. Oh. Now, oh, wait, what? There it is. All right, little trout recording. Connect the polka dots. Good morning, Amy. How are you, my friend? Nice to see you in Facebook land. Thanks for joining us today. What is the good word? Once again, chisel. What's up, Annabelle? Well, we just fired up the broadcast. Remember, on SunDaze, we don't get on until 10:20, 10:30. It's on 10:20-ish. Ice bomb. Nice. Glazed apricot gelato. I wouldn't know to smoke that or eat it. Speaking of, pardon me, everybody, while I have my breakfast. Very nice. Very nice. All right, I'm going to do some Global Genius. This is Little Blues. It's called Deep Down. Comes to you from Global Genius. Very nice, Amy. Very nice. I hope you enjoy yourself. Hey, Craig, how are you, man? Thanks for joining us at Facebook Land. who's got what going on today? Anything good? Going anywhere? Doing anything? Anything fun, thrilling, exciting, stupendous, adventurous, maybe? This cat, I'm going to be at TSO, Trans-Siberian Orchestra, tonight. 7:30 p.m. at the XL Center. Yeah, Giants game at 1. That's right.
Do you see what he has?
Bonnie.
Like, poor Toothless.
They show the camera what he... Monty just came walking out in the room with that in his mouth. Thank you. As I said, I did a search and literally put up, Buffalo Bills home jerseys. And it's mainly all the blue ones. Of course, they're going to throw in a couple of white jerseys because they just want to sell them to you. So, got to make sure I'm supporting the team the right way today. All right, let me jump over here. You ask if I've got it, I play it, of course. Request for a little junkyard storytellers coming your way. Start out with Take a Night Train, Junkyard Story.
We gotta take a night train to the heart of the city. To rock out this fucking ancient walls. We gotta take a night train to the heart of the city. To make us dream and stick down in reverse. We gotta take. Oh, dirty night train, yeah, we gotta take. Oh, dirty night train.
There we are. Yeah, our tree will go up the day after Thanksgiving. That's the way we always do it. Now, do you? What's your preference? Do you prefer fake trees or do you like real trees? Really? I don't turn it on or off. Again, that's Facebook for you. Facebook and their updates. I'm sure it'll be back. Tyler, nice to see you over here in YouTube. Take a night train, junkyard storytellers. Hey, I appreciate the shares, you know that, and it's all good. It's all good. Again, it's Facebook. We know this. What's normally here disappears, and then all of a sudden shows back up again. All right. There you go. Bad Kind of Mongrel, junkyard storytellers, number 2. Absolutely. It's fantastic having her here last night. I want to thank everybody who logged on last night, truly. For sure. Desiree Bassett, having her here, giving her the questions from the hot seat. I love how much she truly does enjoy the trivia challenge as much as we enjoy asking everybody the questions. And on trivia, good job, YouTube. First time in a while, in a few weeks now, we went back to the full 10 answer format where you had to have 10 points, and 10 points, Facebook had 5. All right, I've got one more for you from Junkyard Storytellers. We'll go into some other things. Keep sending over those requests. Doesn't matter if it's by an artist, song, or even just a genre. 3 ways to make your request. We get it out for you. We play more music in our 4 hours and 20 minutes in our shifts on the air together with you than you'll hear on your FM dial, or hell, you're going to hear on satellite radio. And we guarantee it. You know how we can guarantee that? No pesky commercials.
Railroad station took a set of lonely man.
You gotta wait until I'm done eating, buddy.
He was waiting for nothing else, nothing else. Searching for nothing else, nothing he found. While the world keep on running, keep on running, keep on turning around. Running with sound and about to prevail. Running out of sea, no, I don't got. Beyond the press, beyond the fingers, just keep living it out. And the stuff was always in the free, I tell what's the song. Hold me drawn, just get me and they roll around. When the twins are kicked out, they never do the rest. Let's get the sun to cry. What are the best now? Running with sound and about to prevail. Running out of sea, no, I don't got. Beyond the passport, beyond the strangers, just keep living it out, living it out. Bridge across the river, little girl running backwards. She came as strong as ship, this could stop the world as well. But the back was given that the river was dry. Gonna have a little girl to leave the worries behind. Running with sound and about to prevail. Running out of sea, no, I don't got. Beyond the passport, beyond the strangers, just keep living it out, living it out.
Give me 1 second as I grab us another tune. Once again, Junkyard Storytellers there for you. Now we'll jump back over to our other portion of our library. Hit the sound collection a little bit. You asked, I got you. You want some Ruby? We can do that. We'll start out Ruby Block with Breathe. Right here on CCNC with me, the Connecticut Medical Marijuana Critic. Shear this on up. Get it on out to you. Oh, might help.
But you are lucky that way.
There we are.
Nobody's lucky that way.
But I want you to stop where you are. I want you to hear your heart. 'Cause that's how you stay on par. No need to raise the bar when you're feeling low. Oh, you gotta breathe, 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 breathe. Let it go and let it be. Be, be, be. I hope that you're listening.
Lady, Ruby Monfu, and Breathe. Number 2, we'll go over one of the ones that everybody likes from her. This is Rabbit Hole.
I told you to be careful. I told you keep your guard up and watch what you say. I told you there'd be people that could make you trip just standing in place. You didn't believe anything that I said. When they came, you were not prepared. Then it all fell right on your head. Now you're lying in this bed. You've got yourself in a rabbit hole. You're trapped 'cause you did not let go. You took that bait and now you know. You've got yourself in a rabbit hole. You've got yourself in a rabbit hole. You're trapped 'cause you did not let go. You took that bait and now you know. You've got yourself in a rabbit hole. There's trouble all around you. You may not always
All right.
see.
It's 11:01, so just waiting on her to come out. You know what's going to happen. You're going to get your JC's Power Hour.
You thought that you could trust who's got you misled. You didn't believe anything that I said. Gotta have eyes in the back of your head. Now it's so sad and you have regret. 'Cause you went and did that bread. You've got yourself in a rabbit hole. You're trapped 'cause you did not let go. You took that bait and now you know. You've got yourself in a rabbit hole. You've got yourself in a rabbit hole. You're trapped 'cause you did not let go. You took that bait and now you know. You've got yourself in a rabbit hole.
Yeah, 'cause I'm stealing the car.
I can see you doing it.
I mean, yeah, but where's the
You
luggage
didn't
from?
believe anything that I said.
Not that
When
stupid.
they came, you were not prepared.
You were the fuck just
Then
running
it
along
all
now.
fell right on your head. Now you're lying in your
All right, everybody, you know the routine. I'm out of here for an hour. Have your fun with my wife. She's going to talk sports and other things. I got to go brush my teeth. It's perfect timing.
Now you know.
I feel grubby if I don't.
In a rabbit hole. You got yourself in a rabbit hole. You're trapped 'cause you did not let go. You took that bait and now you know. You got yourself in a rabbit hole.
If anybody knows where my notebook is, I'd appreciate it. It got moved on me.
Where was it? You're asking this now? Really?
Not a big deal. Just
So
send it.
why bring it up now?
No. Cheers, Bud Rich. How are you doing? How is everybody out there in Facebook land and in YouTube land? For those who do not know, I am JC, otherwise known as the Little Woman. Morning, Diana. And this is JC's Power Hour, where we will talk sports, where we will chit-chat, where we will talk about anything.
I don't have a bag. I have to improvise.
Where we shall talk about anything except for politics and religion, because, you know, we don't do that on compounds, concentrates, and coffee. Yeah, it is a big football day today, Bud Rich. No doubt about it. Big football day, big things going on, a lot of injuries. Also, even professional players are not immune to that wonderful little flu bug, because apparently it ravaged Well, ravaged might be an overstatement, but, you know, it hit the Dallas Cowboys guys pretty good. 5 of them this week were sick with the flu. 2 are listed as recovered. 2 are still sick. 1 has upper respiratory infection. So, you know, just like if you work in any office, if one person gets sick, it tends to wander around the office. And same thing with a locker room. One person gets the flu, and damned if everybody ain't gonna get it. Hi, Marshall over there in Facebook land. How are you? So what is everyone doing today? I mean, besides listening to me, and besides getting ready for football. What shall we do? Who's out there? Who's looking forward to what? I mean, obviously we're looking forward to games. But before I get into my analysis and whatnot, any major questions or comments from anybody? Or we just want to get right into what's been going on? I mean, I can report on the big story from last week. The big fight between the Steelers. Well, the Giants game should be good because Chicago is a very nitty-gritty team to play them. But Giants have been having a hard time. Yeah, no kidding. There were a lot of games last week that were just very odd. Like last week, one of the games I picked the Vikings to win, and even my friend who's a Vikings fan thought that they were pretty much asleep in the first half, and I was shocked. Well, I'm glad it's beautiful where you are, Marshall. It's raining here, but you know, any day that we're up and about is still a good day. And we do need the rain. Rain makes everything else beautiful. If you watch the very end of the Vikings game, I was actually holding my breath for the Vikings, because to come back and just be right there, and they just had to do that goal line stance, and there were 2 more chances. Yeah, I think the rain is on awful lot of the East Coast right now, but again, you know, we need it. I mean, is as strong as the Vikings made that comeback, imagine how the Broncos feel that they had the game so in hand. And I've said a million times, it's a 4-quarter game. You can't, I mean, it's happened in Super Bowls, God knows. You can't just play the first half and sit on your laurels, for lack of a better term. So, oh. Liz? Monty still thinks you're out front. He's sniffing at the door. He's just got his nose at the door. He's like, she was there, and no, she's not anymore. Oh, you got some snow over there, Diana. Well, a lot? Because I know in your area, there's usually not a dusting. A lot of times, it, you know, 1 or 2 feet is kind of normal.
Mommy! Hey! I'm not outside anymore.
How'd you do that?
Hey!
He was literally waiting for you to come in. Hey, where are you?
I came in through your door.
Well, that's some bullshit. I remember when I did that to Pugga Wugga. He was just
Yeah,
sitting
he was
there.
not.
He was just sitting there like, "Where's my mommy?"
You did it the opposite though. You went through the back door and came in through here, and he was sitting at the top of the stairs, still staring.
I've
down.
actually did both.
Oh well, that's even worse.
Yes, I know.
At least I've only done it once.
Rude. But as I was starting to say, Bud Rich said, "Hey, Liz."
I
As I was starting to say, the fallout from that fight, over 20 guys ended up getting fined. Most of them were small. I say small. I mean, if one of us got fined $3,700, it would be a big deal. But to them, $3,700, that's like, taking their friends out to a fancy restaurant type of fine. Exactly. I mean,
or going out for drinks, but
whack. But a lot of them got fined just for entering the fight area, because technically you're not supposed to leave the sidelines when a fight breaks out, and
oh, me, I would do the complete opposite.
Yeah,
Like, I'm getting in there.
most people do. I mean, they fine you because they want to have some semblance of control, because there's like over 50 guys on the sidelines when you combine the players and the coaches and whoever else is on the sidelines. And if both team that would be complete anarchy. They'd never be able to get control. I mean, there's only how many refs? 5 or 6?
About that.
Yeah, you want, and the refs are always tiny guys. So you want to try to control all these 300-pound guys? All these, great big strong guys that, are now pissed off at each other. I give the refs, whereas I will be one.
Rudolph is cute as fuck, though.
He's
Yes.
on my team.
Yeah.
He's got a baby face. He looks
That's
like.
why I'm saying
I
he's cute.
swear, he looks like he's 12.
That's why I'm saying he's cute. He's not hot. He's cute. He has the cuteness going for him.
Even when he landed on his ass, like when he got shoved down and landed on his ass, he
I could've
literally
helped him
looked.
up.
Easy girl. He looked like a little kid because he was just like, bitch, and like, seriously.
Oh yeah, but apparently he used a racial slur towards the other one.
Yeah,
when he got pushed down.
I was gonna get
But
into
we
that.
saw what he mouthed.
Well, no, he was saying. Garrett said that he said that when the two of them were wrestling on the ground, but like nobody else heard it. There was no indication of it.
When literally there were multiple people around them.
And and even your father pointed out, quarterbacks have mics because that's how they do like those shows, like NFL sounds, sounds from the NFL or whatever whatever the hell they call it. But oh my goodness, Kevin is over there. Hi, Kevin. Hi, Kevin. Sorry.
Yikes. I bet now he left.
Huh? Yes.
What's up, bud?
Yes, Kevin from Germany, Kevin. Kevin, the lousy little Ratbirds fan. I mean, Ravens fan. But I've also heard a report that Garrett said that when he was in the appeals process, that he was under the impression that what he said in there wasn't going to become public. So to me, that kind of sounds like he was backpedaling. He was trying to say that's the reason I went too far. Maybe trying to make an excuse for himself. I mean, it just really sounded like he was like, oh shit, I didn't mean to say that on public, but now that everybody has heard it, I gotta kind of stand by it, because if he did make it up, he's gonna look really stupid saying that, that Rudolph said something that he didn't. And honestly, at this point, I would hope that that's just let go, because
Hey, come on.
as much as the guys on the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to protect their quarterback, they are not gonna. That's getting your attention. As far as they're not gonna. What's the word? They're not gonna stand up for him if he's that kind of guy. Basically, if he's somebody who's going to say stuff like that, they are not going to cover his ass. They're going to be like, yeah, he's an asshole and he said shit like that. So I'm just hoping that it's said and done. Garrett is done for the year. And and again, he made a bad choice.
It shouldn't be said and done. If anybody else did that, they'd be crucified.
I understand that.
What he did was reprehensible in both his actions and then trying to get away with it.
I understand that,
You
but
don't lie when you do something wrong. You own up to it.
right, but he's not admitting, without any proof that he's lying. He's sticking to his story.
There is proof. They have the mics. They have the video. They have the audio. Everybody knows it was not said. He made it up. No one should be standing behind him. Literally, people should be pushing him away.
People,
Absolutely. In this
people
day and
did
age-
call him out.
In this day and age, to say something like that simply because you know you did something wrong and mm-mm, no.
People did call him out. One of my Steelers actually called him out.
A lot more than just one Steeler.
Indeed. There is a dog underneath me. I've heard rumors. I've heard talk. Oh my goodness, hush! You're not getting the co-pilot seat. I've heard rumor that they are saying that he might be back at the beginning of the next season. That if he, basically if he minds his P's and Q's and behaves himself,
Come here.
that they might let him play at the beginning of next season. There are some who are critical of this. There are still some who think he shouldn't be out for the entire year, and I'm not understanding that. You can't hit somebody with a weapon and almost give them, almost crack their skull and get away with it. I mean, I am going to say, my big thing that I'm going to say about this, and then I'm going to move on to different things. And I don't care how petty it sounds, because we've seen it. If this was the Browns against the Patriots, and he cracked Golden Boy Tom Brady in the head with a helmet, his contract would have been nullified and he'd be gone from the NFL right now. I'm telling you that right now. Because different teams are treated differently. And whether it's the owners, whether it's the friendship of owners to commissioners, whatever, if that same thing, or if anybody did that to Brady, watch how fast they would be out of the NFL completely. Honestly, I think if somebody does something like that, they should be out of the NFL completely, no matter who they are or who they hit. Because that's something, and again, it's a black eye on the NFL. People who don't watch football are talking about it. People who don't like the NFL football are using that now as, see, why would I watch that? Why would I watch something like that? And if you're a business owner, from the biggest standpoint, it is a business. There are 32 owners. There's an NFL commissioner. You're all in business to make money, and this is a huge smirch on your company. Again, this was showcased on Good Morning America. They don't talk about sports. They don't talk about sports at all. They have, I mean, most of the, and God bless them. I like the people on Good Morning America. They, I've watched that show plenty of times when I have the time to do it. Kevin said I hit Tom Brady with. Well, I mean, basically, we know that's kind of true. That's where the Brady rule comes from. He gets touched and you get 15 yards. Somebody breaks Roethlisberger's nose and they don't get a flag. I mean, that's how it is. But at least you get my point. So, I like I said, it bothers me as a fan. It bothers me as a sportscaster. It bothers me as a person. And yes, everybody else, oh, not everybody, but a lot of people are like, oh my God, in the NFL, in the NHL, you know, they get in fights like that, and then they're, you know, they get a 5-minute timeout and they're right back on. Okay, fine. You know what? Straight up, I know it's a tough sport. I know it's a physical sport, but honestly, and I'll say it, and it's not going to be a popular opinion, but I'll say it. If the NHL didn't have fights, they wouldn't have fans. I mean, that's kind of where you're getting your fan base from, because they're looking for that. They're not looking for only the score. I mean, sure, you get a great break across the line and you get a goal and your team wins. That's absolutely fine. But a good chunk of your fans are straight up there because they want to see the fights.
But no, we do like hockey as well.
But that's what I'm saying. If it was banned,
We'd still go to hockey. We would still
true
go to hockey.
fans. I'm saying true fans, absolutely. But I'm saying
You would see only about an eighth of the fans, about an eighth of the stands empty out.
I put it more to 30-40%.
Hell no. Think about how. Wow. Okay, somebody who didn't grow up with brothers. Seriously, hockey is one of the things that a kid from little. It's one of the first sports that we start to mimic.
I know.
So your numbers are way off. Now, if you were talking other sports, taking away certain things, yes, I would agree. Huge portions of their base. NASCAR is a big thing. People love to go see the crashes, and they love to see the drivers go at it. So if you take away those two, you're going to lose a huge portion of their demographic. But I don't think hockey is that much. I really don't.
Agree to disagree. So is that a good thing or is that a bad thing, Kevin? I mean, I could give you my evil witchy laugh too for, you know, when your Ravens lose, and then, you know, I could really laugh at you. And I agree, Bud Rich. I do agree that people love the action. I do. But at the same time, you know, the action in hockey, that it's more expected. You know, what's been going on in football right now? What's been going on right now is a little too far in the NFL. Yeah, again, I mean, I know that there are true hockey fans who would never abandon the game. They would grumble about it, the same way that, like, you know, I used to grumble about, you know, the flags for celebration in football because I thought that was just a ridiculous penalty. But I do think that some people would get bored of it if, you know, there were absolutely no scrapping and fighting allowed. I think some people are literally just there because they like to see that. Yeah, I mean,
I can disprove your theory at one point. Look at the huge following of the sport of curling. So, yeah, there's what? Arguments, fighting, disagreements. There's nothing. It's huge. I truly, I don't think that many people go to hockey just for the fights.
alrighty. let's start talking numbers here. Let's start talking who we gonna do. No, but I'd probably pay money for that, Budrich. Let's start over in Philadelphia. The Eagles are hosting the 8-2 Seattle Seahawks. You know, one thing, it would be funny, Budrich, I'm not gonna lie. One thing, I was listening to a fellow sportscaster this week, and he made a really good point, which is right now, if the playoffs were decided right now, the NFC, where they stand, is probably, barring major injuries and major catastrophes, the NFC really looks like their top 6 guys are their guys are there. There's going to be like very little change. The AFC right now has so many people that are right even and right in the hunt that it really, few people are completely mathematically out. Because it's just, there's been injuries, there's been problems, there's been games won that should never have been won, there's been games lost that never should have been lost. So when it comes to the AFC, every single week, these games are going to be monumentally important for anybody wanting to make that final push, because we are down to 6 games. And anybody who doesn't think any of these games are important is deluding themselves. And biggest thing every team must take into account: don't be a dumbass and play down to a team. We got no problem, we should beat these, and get that mentality in your head that you don't have to play hard. You should play every single game going in there like, this is the hardest team to play and I'm going to do everything I can to beat them. Then if you do run over them like a steam train, all the better. All the better. But don't play down to where you're going to struggle against a team that you should honestly have absolutely no problem in beating. Don't do what the Vikings did last week and fall asleep in the first half and then come back in the second half and literally win by the skin of your teeth and the great defense holding off that last touchdown, because that's a heck of a lot to put all your eggs in that basket to be able to hold that off. So, as I was saying, the Seattle Seahawks are 8-2, and Philadelphia is 5-5. Now, again, Philadelphia is not out of it, but they are up against a lot stronger competition. They cannot afford to dip below 500. They cannot afford too many more losses. And they are not playing consistently enough that I would even think of picking them over Seattle, even being home. They are simply not playing to that level. So, I'm picking Seattle. I'm not even saying easily, because I think the Eagles can give them a battle if they give it their all, but they haven't been playing consistently. And so Seattle's been really running on all thrusters, so I don't think that's going to happen.
Right at the door, of course.
He's comfy.
No, over here, buddy. Come on. You gotta move. Come here. Monty, come on. I'm not going through this. Come on. That's my boy. You gotta stay here. You sit. Sit. There you go. No. You sit. Be back, everybody.
Next team. And this is basically we're gonna call this one, playing for pride, because no matter what miracle upon miracle, neither team is the Redskins are certainly not getting into the playoffs, and I think 9 teams would have to completely leave the NFL for Detroit to have a shot this year. So this is purely a pride game. And honestly, I think Washington is going to give it their all, and I think it's going to be a low-scoring game that Washington might actually squeak out, because they're one of those teams where they are not playing. Their record doesn't show. I don't think they should be 9-1, certainly, but I think they should be better than their record is. I think they probably should have at least 4 or 5 wins, and they've just made a lot of mistakes and just are are not consistent. And I think it's a pride game, and I think Washington is really just fed up with how bad they're doing. Go ahead, Monty. You can make it. There's a boy. Oh my goodness. There he is. There he is. And he sits. Montgomery, everybody. Aw, he's giving paw. Yes, you're a good boy. You stay. Don't fall. Next game is Jets at home against the Raiders. Now the Raiders at 6-4 are in that spot where they can still go for the playoffs. Again, they're probably going to need some help here and there, but they're not mathematically out of it, so they're going to be trying really hard to stay in there. The Jets are trying to find themselves. Let's throw it that way. They're trying to find themselves, and part of me wants to call this, I can't call it the bookie bet because the Jets are at home. But I guess an upset pick? Yeah, I know. Poor Jets. I don't know. There's something telling me to take this as an upset pick, and I can't give you every reason why. I really can't. I think that they're trying to find themselves. I think for some reason in New York, in the rain, I don't know why. Not that the Raiders aren't used to outside or anything like that, but something is just telling me that this is going to be the upset pick. So I'm taking them. It could come back to bite me, but I'm honestly taking the Jets because I think if for nothing else, they're gonna want to block the Raiders from winning. I think they're gonna want to be spoilers. I think they're gonna be like, you know what? If we're not going, you're not going, and I think that's gonna push them a little bit. So I honestly think that the Jets are gonna take this. Again, this could come back and bite me in the butt, but that's what I think. You don't have to sigh at me. If you do not agree with my picks, then pick something else. Exactly. New Orleans Saints at home against the Carolina Panthers. I don't think there's going to be any surprise here. The Saints are playing very well. They seem to be healthy. Carolina, they aren't slackers. I think they're gonna keep pace. I don't think it's gonna be like a 40-7 type of thing. Yep, Monty in the hot seat. I don't think the Panthers are gonna roll over and play dead, but I don't think they're gonna come away with the win either. So you know, staying with the Saints. Again, seeing absolutely no. I would be shocked. I would be absolutely shocked. Now, this next game, and I've debated this because there's a lot of good games this week, and I got to do my bookie bet of the week. So, on the bookie bet, the strategy behind the bookie bet. It's the home team losing when they should have won, and even though both teams have losing records, I'm calling the Dolphins beating the Browns as the bookie bet. Because, well, several reasons. I'm not sure how mentally prepared the Browns are after everything this week. I'm not sure how much losing two of their strong players is going to affect them and how quickly they can recoup from it. And honestly, I don't think Coach Kitchens is strong enough to get these guys focused, because they're already looking to next week when they come to Pittsburgh, because that's going to be an emotional roller coaster, and God help everybody, it's going to be a disaster. But I strongly put this on the coaching. I don't think Kitchens is strong enough yet, and I don't think the Browns are going to give him. I don't see Kitchens last. I'd be shocked if he stayed next year. I really would. Just because of how the Browns are and how they quit on their coaches. I don't agree with getting rid of him. I think that you have to stick with your coach, and I think you have to give him some time. And I think one of the reasons the Browns are so screwed up is different coach every couple of years, and I've said this a million times. But I think Coach Kitchens feels that his job is on the hot seat so much that he's making poor choices in an effort to get wins. And so I am not thinking that he is strong enough to get this team focused enough to win. And again, at this point, the Dolphins are playing for pride, and really they have little else to play for. I don't think that they're so wonderful that, hey, they're definitely going to do it, but I just think the combination of everything, that Miami is the bookie bet of the week, beating the Browns. I do pretty good on my bookie bets, I'm not gonna lie. I do pretty good. Next game on the list would be my Pittsburgh Steelers, who are 5-5, against the 0-10 Cincinnati Bengals. You know how I've said you never bet on your own team? It's also kind of it's hard to talk about your own team this passionately, because there's part of your brain that's like, there's no way on God's green earth that they are going to lose to his 0-10 team. That's the fan talking. That's the Steelers fan talking. That's the girl with the tattoo talking. That no way in hell are these guys losing to an 0-10 team. Yeah. It's not impossible. God help me if it happens, but it's not impossible. And it's what I said before about you can't play down to a team that you think you're going to run over. I mean, logically, the way they've been playing, the way their record is, although again, some of these, without going back week to week, just off the top of my head, there's like really 4 games minimum that they should have won. Minimum. So, they're playing, their record is an 0-10 team, but, they're playing like a below 500 team, but they're not playing like a high school team that you could easily run over either. So, yes, the Steelers are without Pouncey, which, that's a hole. And We're only down. They reduced his suspension to 2 weeks, which I honestly think if we weren't playing the Browns next week, they would have made it a 1 week suspension. But I think they didn't want him playing in the Browns game because I think just emotions are going to be that high. I think they just didn't want him in that game, even though he didn't start it. He attacked because he saw his quarterback hit. I don't think they wanted. I think they're trying to keep whatever control they can, which again I don't believe is completely on them. I think it's on Coach Tomlin and Coach Kitchens, but we'll see how that goes next week. That will be a big contention. I am taking my Steelers. I do think we could. I do think we have the talent to do this. Connor is still out. So, I think we could do this. You will probably hear the scream if we lose. Because I am sure I am going to scream my bloody head off. But that's neither here nor there. Now for you, my dear Budrich. And for Diana, we shall talk about the Giants game going to Chicago. Two and 8 and 4 and 6. Both teams are on the outside looking in. Even if Chicago wins out, again, unless there is a huge problem with the other guys who already have 8 and 9 wins, I don't see Chicago making the playoffs. So of course, anything could happen. And until the Giants fix their O-line problems, until they fix some of the problems that plagued Eli that are still happening. It's right back to throwing the perfect ball and the ball not being caught. It's right back to the same thing, which I'm telling you, even though he doesn't show it on the sideline, Eli's got to be laughing about that. Like, oh, it was all my fault, huh? Well, the kid won a couple of games, but just because he was brand new, I mean, the kid stays healthy, he is the future. But you better get him some big, strong offensive linemen, or he's not going to stay healthy, and there goes the future. Yeah, I know. He's another one. He's another one, Budrich. He's like Mason. He looks 12 years old. I mean, he literally looks like a 12-year-old kid. I mean, he's got skills, and the fact that he could scramble out of the pocket is one of his better advantages over Eli. I kind of think the Giants dogged Eli, and I also think they dogged their former coach too. I believe I said this about the Giants a couple of weeks ago. I really think that it's more personality conflict between somebody in the head office and the people they've gotten rid of, the coach and Eli, because somebody is disagreeing with the wrong person, and the wrong person is biting their nose off to spite their face. How dare you disagree with me? Who the hell do you think you are? Oh no! I'm so sorry. He didn't get knocked out, did he? Long as he didn't lose consciousness, that's a good thing. But head cuts You know, that happens. They bleed badly sometimes. Unfortunately, we've been there with our kids. But Def keep us updated. I hope he's doing better. But I don't think that the Giants are strong enough right now to beat Chicago. Chicago just has a little more what's the word I want to use? A little more cohesion throughout the team. No, poor little one. Then I'm guessing he is an active little one and just all over the place and keeps cracking his head on things. We know how that is too. Yeah, forehead cuts are horrible. They bleed easy. I still remember years ago when they were little, Liz and Randall had we'll call it a spat, and he got hit in the head and right in the center of his forehead, and that puppy bled like a mofo. But even though I love you, Diana, I can't take your Giants to but I'm sorry. I'll give him big hugs from us after everything is taken care of. Don't squeeze him too hard, you'll pop the stitches. Next game up, Denver Broncos at 3-7 against Brian's 7-3 Buffalo Bills. Buffalo Bills have been playing very, very strong this year, are going to make a strong playoff contention, and really seems like the years that they were going through rebuild actually worked, and they have rebuilded, that they have done what they needed to do. And are playing nice and strong. Denver is one of the teams that they're kind of surprising me that they're at 3-7. But again, you hear the rumors coming out of the front office. You hear that, maybe John Elway is not going to be with the front office much longer. Something's going on there that we're not seeing. So I'm taking Buffalo, with absolutely no problem. I don't see Buffalo having a problem. I actually would like to see it snowing up in Buffalo and like them playing in 2 feet of snow, because Buffalo has skill in that, let me tell you. Tampa Bay, Atlanta Falcons, both 3-7. Let's be honest. You're welcome, my dear. And yeah, snow games are great. I think I lost the picture, but I had a really great picture, I think back in the MySpace days, of it was snowing just enough that you saw like a light coating on the ground and you could see the snowflakes falling, and Ben was behind the line and they were wearing their black uniforms, and it was a great picture because he was right about to throw, and the picture was taken from behind him, and you could see not only the teams right there, but you could see the screen up in the background, that everybody else watches. and with the snowflakes falling, and it was just an amazing picture. I'd like to try to find it again, but I'm sure I lost it. You know, back in those MySpace days. As I was saying, both Tampa Bay and Atlanta are just, they are underplaying. They have talented members on both teams, and they just can't find the throttle. I'm not sure which direction they're going to go, but from both of these teams in the off season, I expect to see a lot of guys traded, and hopefully during the draft them bring in what they need, because they're just underplaying. You can't have one or two good players carrying the entire team, and it kind of feels, watching them, it kind of feels like that's what's happening. They have one or two that are stronger than everybody else, and of course it could go right back to what we always say. It could go back to just coaching and not keeping the guys focused. But if for no other reason that they're home, I'm going to give this to Atlanta. But I'm going to call this one a back and forth game, because neither one seems to be able to consistently get and keep the lead. Next up, the Jacksonville Jaguars against the Tennessee Titans. Again, two teams that are playing mediocre right now. I don't feel that either one has any real playoff aspirations at this point. Not only are these games for pride, but I think a lot of time at this point, some players have to have it set in their mind, hey, I better show that I can do what I'm supposed to, because like I said with the Atlanta-Tampa Bay game, I do think several players are going to be cut at once the shifts start being made in the off season. And now's the time, even if your team has a losing record, to be like, hey, keep me, get rid of him, but I still know what I'm doing. And something is telling me, that little gut instinct I go with, because they're both playing at around the same level, but something's telling me that Jacksonville is gonna surprise them and take this one. So I don't think that it's going to be far from a blowout. Goodness knows. I don't even think it's going to be a high-scoring game. But next game. How about them Cowboys? At 6-4.
Cowboys still suck.
Haters gotta hate.
Oh, did I mention the Raiders suck too?
Well, hopefully Liz is gonna beat the Raiders, and you could laugh about that.
Yeah, don't be. I mean, the Raiders beat
This is one of those games that 2 or 3 weeks ago, I said that the Patriots would probably lose. I'd like to stick with that, but I'm a little concerned because, as I said before, it's not even injuries with Dallas right now. It's, several guys fighting the flu. And for those of you who have had the flu, even though you're quote-unquote over it, you're not 100%, and your gas tank, even when it's full, runs out quickly. So I'm also concerned that, 4 guys with the flu, 1 with an upper respiratory infection. I'm also concerned that some of these guys may be in the very beginning stages of the sickness and not even know it and may not play 100%. That being said, Dallas also knows, with everybody else in the NFC, if they don't win, that's, 1 nail in the coffin closer to missing out in the playoffs. There's just too many strong people over there. You are back. Hello, Tyler. How are you? You are at the very tail end of JC's Power Hour. Do not panic. Brian shall return. In the meantime, sit back and relax. Enjoy a few minutes of chit-chat. It is very, very hard, and it is very, very hard for me to say that the Patriots are going to win anything. And I'm not even saying this out of the hatred for them. I do think Dallas has the talent to do it, but Dallas is playing so inconsistently, and put that inconsistency up with, several guys being sick this week. I really may have to say that I think the Patriots are going to win. I want to be wrong. I want them to lose, but I'm not sure that Dallas can pull it off. I mean, it doesn't. 3 weeks ago, I would have said absolutely. 3 weeks ago, I would have said that, yeah, they were going to do it. Now, the only other factor is Brady is playing with a sore right elbow. He was on the injury report this week. He's playing with a sore elbow. Sure, his elbow's sore. He stays in for a freak. I'm okay. I mean, we all know, all of us armchair quarterbacks, we all know the way to beat Brady is you have to get him off his game. You have to rush him. You have to make him, you got to get him off his game. If you could rush him, if you could sack him a couple of times, if you get him out even for a quarter, really quick, tell me, who's Brady's backup? Nobody knows. You know why nobody knows? Because he never plays. This is the point. And I'm not disrespecting the kid. I'm really not. But seriously, nobody hears the name because Brady's always playing. You really think, a young kid is going to pop in there and be like, oh shit, I'll take over and I'll do just fine? Nope. Especially against, Dallas is a strong team and they see a green kid in there, or, they will run him over. So first quarter has got to be get in there, shake Brady up, knock him down a couple of times. If he is sore, then for no other reason, he may come out of the game just because he wants to save himself for the playoffs, if no other reason. Because he is going to make the playoffs. God knows. Hopefully he'll get knocked out of the playoffs, but he is going to make it. So I'm going to begrudgingly say that the Patriots will probably win this, with an asterisk, hoping I am wrong, because I would not mind being wrong on this one at all. Now, can we have a slobber knocker of the week? I mean, at least for this week. Because we have the 8-2 Green Bay Packers going up against the 9-1 San Francisco Niners. Again, barring any bad injuries, both of these teams are set. They are going. We could be looking at the number 1 and 2 seeds right here playing tonight. I mean, this could be, a serious playoff preview. That being said, how hard does each coach want to push their guys? When you're that comfortable, but you certainly don't want to roll over and take a loss with 6 more games to go. So they're both going to fight, and they're both going to try to win. I think this is going to be a high-scoring game because you have 2 amazing quarterbacks out there. One towards the end of his career. I mean, I love Rodgers, but, you know, he doesn't have that many years left. And one, you know, towards the beginning of his career, who's unfortunately been injury prone. And I think it's going to be a high-scoring game, and I think it's going to go right down to the wire, and I think it's going to be the Niners taking it. But I do not think either team is going to have this humongous win. I don't think that I don't. I think it's going to be a huge scoring game, and it's really going to be. It's going to ride on the defense. It's really going to ride on the defense. Who could, you know, stop their opposing quarterback from being on the field as much, because both of these guys are going to move the ball. But if you could get a couple of 3-and-outs on either of these guys and get your quarterback back on the field, that will give you the edge you need to get a couple of scores ahead, because it could easily just go touchdown, 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 you know, easily with both of these guys in there. So, as good as an offensive game as it's going to be, it'll ultimately be the defense who wins this, or, you know, whoever makes a bigger mistake. Goodness knows games have been won and lost on that too. But I feel it's a close game, and it'll be the Niners. And for our last game of the week, and sadly I don't see Kevin there anymore, our last game is the Monday night game, the Baltimore Ravens over the Los Angeles Chargers. Sorry, not Chargers, Rams. Both in Los Angeles. My bad. You'll notice I haven't given my guaranteed pick of the week yet. This is my guaranteed pick of the week. No, believe it or not, it's not Brady. My guaranteed pick of the week is Baltimore winning. Because I'm telling you, I am impressed with their new quarterback, and I hate saying that. That just rubs me into the raw to have to say that. But I am very impressed with their new quarterback. I am very impressed with how they are playing. And there's a horrible knowledge in the back of my head that if the Steelers do not make the playoffs, I have to root for the Ravens to beat the Patriots. And, you know, that just hurts. I mean, it hurts my head. It really does. But you see, I plan ahead for these things. If I can't do it, somebody's going to knock Brady out. And I would think it would be the Ravens to do it, and then I could root for the Ravens to lose in the Super Bowl. See? You gotta have a plan. It's important to have a plan. And there it is. The guaranteed pick. Mind you, my guaranteed picks, I'm only 1-3. It seems like my guaranteed picks seem to curse the guys. So, I mean, you know, I could curse. But, I mean, Bedrich, I know you've seen this quarterback. I mean, this kid is just unreal. He's very energetic. He's got a great arm. He has no problem running. You know, I hate to say it because he's on the damn Ravens, but he is good. And I said a week or two ago, I said, whoever scouted this kid and said, take him, deserves a bonus. But those are my picks, my friends. Last week, I believe, when all was said and done, I was 9-3 for my picks. So we'll see. Maybe I have this magic. Maybe I know. Maybe I know what I'm talking about. Who the hell knows? But speaking of talking, very shortly, the other guy is going to be coming out here and talking. You know that guy, that big guy, blonde hair, Bills fan. You remember him? Seen him around somewhere? We know who he is. And he'll be wandering around soon. And he will regale you in his wonderful views on the world and music. I really don't do music during sports. Sports. I'm sorry, is that music?
Oh, I love sports too. I mean, how about the Bengals? 0-10. I honestly didn't think there was anybody still worse than the Dolphins, but I actually looked up and I was like, good for you. There's 2 other teams that are sucking a little more.
Yeah, I'm playing them today.
Yeah.
I can't lose to them.
And you know, in those cases, a lot of times they come in pretty hungry.
I know that. Believe me, I talked about it.
They do.
We
What's
cannot
happening,
play
Mom?
down to these guys.
No.
I cannot lose to
when
an
teams get that low in the season.
They got nothing to play for but pride. I've
That's
been
it.
saying that for several of the games.
Yeah.
Ow, pain, ow,
Yeah,
pain.
no, absolutely.
Y'all
They
have a
could
wonderful
put
day.
you guys in pain. What's happening, everybody? How we doing out there? Budrich said, "Have a good day."
You too, my dear.
All right. Let me fix this screen. There we go. So what's going on, everybody? Well, I see it's 12:06. Are you packed? Are you rolled? Are you raring to go? It's got to be 12:20, don't you know? Now, as we all know, that's 12:20 on the East Coast. Yeah, it's 4:20 somewhere around this great giant globe. It really is. Hour of higher learning. You figure out where. Cottonmouth was killing me. All right. Well, we were doing music when I last left off. We were hitting Ruby. We had Rabbit Hole. Next up, No Poor Fool.
You know my heart can't break, it only bends. You have no power over me, so don't you pretend you do. I live inside a world you've never seen. And no, you can't come with me. You can't come with me. Don't be mistaken. I won't be wasting any more time on you. You poor fool. Don't be mistaken. I won't be wasting any more time on you. You poor fool.
All right. Once again, thank you, everybody, for sharing out the show. Telling everybody you know. I do appreciate it. If you have not shared, what's up with that? What are you waiting for? Come on. You're almost 2 hours into the
You
show.
know my heart can't break, it only bends. You have no power over me, so don't you pretend you do. I live inside a world you've never seen. And no, you can't come with me. You can't come with me. Don't be mistaken. I won't be wasting any more time on you. You poor fool. Don't be mistaken. I won't be wasting any more time on you. You poor
Janet. How are you, my friend? Nice to see you in Facebook land. What is the good word today?
Don't be mistaken. I won't be wasting any more time on you. You poor fool. Don't be mistaken. I won't be wasting any more time on you. You poor fool.
All right, everybody, give me a second as I grab us another track. Once again, that was Ruby Monfu. I'm going to go over, I'm going to grab some Brent Bourgeois. Now, Brent, in country, this track is called Pride. This is featuring Ruby Monfu. There we go. Get this over here. Cue the sound up for you.
Spring is come, but the cold remains, and I've become frozen in the fields. One more time for the crops to fail. One more year and I'll be gone. You spend your time in rumination. You spend your days in a bottle of whiskey. Darkness falls with your head on the table until the day you die and the money's all gone. When I was young, you were such a hero. Back from the war with a hole in your side. You traded it all for the dreams of the bitter. 17 years of shattered pride. Talk of rain makes the heart beat quicker. Just another tease from the god of the sky. It's you and me, the dog and the liquor. You and I in the endless sky. When I was young, you were my biggest hero. I cried when they said you had died. Now all that's left are the bones of a quitter. All alone with your shattered pride.
There you go. Give me 1 second here. Just finishing up this little share block. That was Brent Bourgeois with Ruby Monfu. The song was called Pride. Now, we're going to jump out of here. We're going to jump over here. All right, started it out with some Heathen Strut, coming to you from Lyle Workman. 17, and that track was Heathen Strut. All right, number 2, Fetch the Stick. We're going to go to some R&B. A little bit of On This Day, too. On This Day in Music History, November 24th, 1964. The Who appearing at the Marquee Club in London, England. Now, between 64 and 68, they made 29 appearances at that location. Now we jump up to this 1966 and we see the Beatles. They got together for the first time since their return from the summer tour of the United States. Ready to record a new album, the first song selected for the recording, John Lennon's Strawberry Fields Forever. Alrighty, everybody. In between this track and the next, I got a few things coming for you. Here's some live traffic reports of what's going on our roadways. We have incidents, closures, and even delays. Now, in Lisbon, Connecticut, Route 12 at Route 138. Closed because of a motor vehicle. Versus pole. There's wires down, so they need to get that fixed. Jumping all the way down towards the other side of the other edge of the state, Westport. We have delays on I-95 southbound. Congestion between 18 and 15, so it's only 4.2 miles. Now we just get a little past that, I-95 southbound. Congestion between 18 and 15, 4.2 miles. So other than that, you are looking pretty good on the roadways. I'm seeing the traffic cams right now. And in East Hartford, I-84, traffic is going along nicely. In Hartford on I-91 by exit 33 Jennings Road, traffic is going along very smoothly. In Bridgeport, I-95, exit 26 Warden Avenue, still traveling nice. New Haven, I-95, looking between exits 46 right along Long Wharf. Again, traffic is just flowing right along. I see 42 degrees outside on the grounds of the compound right now. 90% humidity. Winds have buzzed the station at 16 miles an hour, though. Tomorrow, starting your week out right and nice, which I like. Sun. Temps, mid-50s. Tuesday, a little bit more of the same. Actually, temperatures going into the upper 50s. Wednesday, we may see some rain. Depends upon how the storm tracks and how it crosses our area. It may just give us a little bit of overcast, cloudy, dreary, drab kind of. Thursday, going into Friday, looking nice though. Friday, 41 degrees, mostly sunny. Saturday, mostly sunny. Again, temperatures in the mid to upper 40s. Long range forecast, we could see a little bit of rain. Or if it pulls the cold air in, that storm could actually change to some snow. Yeah. Figured I'd let you know. So what's happening, everybody? How we doing? What's going on? What's up? We had Fetch the Stick from Lyle Workman. 12:23. I think I know what you're doing. All right. Gigantor. one more coming from the man, and then we'll be getting into some other things. Now, just for Lyle alone, 124 tracks now. It's been staying busy. We'll go with Asteroid Fire. There we go. Little Lyle Workman block for you. Let's jump over here. How to request for some Galileo. Absolutely. Actually, I haven't played that in a little bit. There we go. Little Nico, little Barbasauce.
racist, fascist, atheist. Looking for that, turn that will bring us to back. And set us apart from the pack with that original snap. Get it? Looking for that, turn that will bring us to back. And set us apart from the pack with that original snap. Get that original. It's a brand new paradigm. I said.
Give me 1 second. That's kicking off your Nico block. Let's go over to Lock and Key. Nico Fuzz and Friends. Right here on CC&C with me, the Connecticut Medical Marijuana Critic.
Get
Fuzz. Next up, continuing on with your Nico. Let me jump on down here. About a little Nico, a little barbecue sauce. This is New Flex.
Yeah. Good morning, sunshine. Wake up on the coastline. Money's on the incline. About to be a gold mine. Blink on the hotline. Call up on the feed line. Bring it with the moonshine. And mix it in the red wine. Living like we royal. This kingdom made a coral. On the beach at Doral. All my people local. All the food is vital. All the mood is joyful. Jamming with my people. I'm on my new flex. Hey, I'm on my new flex. I'm on my new flex. Hey, I'm on my new flex. I'm on my new flex. Hey, I'm on my new flex. I'm on my new flex. Hey, I'm on my new flex.
Alrighty, there you go. That was New Flex, Nico Fuzz, and barbecue sauce. Let's do classic, and then we'll be wrapping up your Nico block.
She's kinda like a rainbow. I've never met her equal today. Oh, she'll grab you like an eagle. That look should be illegal to me. Oh, so I say, hey, yo. It's been a long time, I know, but she's still the best one ever to me. And I say, hey, yo. It's been a long time, I know, but she's still the best one ever to me. She's so classic. She's so classic. She's so classic. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Shining right in front of me. That what? So good, like a new day. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I will have no other way. Hey, you. It's been a long time, I know, but she's still the best one ever to me. And I say, hey, you. It's been a long time, I know, but she's still the best one ever to me. She's so classy. 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 She's so
All right. I got to run to the other side of the building. You all know the routine. Going to cue up some music for you. I will be back. Monkey's going to jump in the seat. Enjoy this little block. Four hands, many drummers. I'm going to start out this little section for you. I'll be back here, buddy. take over. Candy Corn Castle. Always a good tune. Always a good tune. Plus, back there we had Nico Fuzz giving us some tunes. We wrapped it up with Barbasauce, of course. They were doing classic. I was coming to you out of pop. Ah, you wanted some jazz. No problem. No, I'm not going to find that over there. Jazz. There we go. Jazz. Let's start out with a little sticky icky, shall we? Chew it on up, get it out there for you. Alright. 16 viewers over here on YouTube at the moment. Hi, everybody. Real-time analytics. Go take a look at things over at Facebook. We'll see what we got going. What's happening, everybody? How we doing over there at Facebook? Let's see, we are coming up on the top of the hour. Oh, 1 o'clock, man. Our time's just ripping by like that today. Hey, that's good. That's good. Nothing wrong with staying busy. Nothing wrong with that. All right, that tune was called Sticky Icky. Otis McDonald. Go to otismacmusic.com if you dig what you hear. Still got a couple more in your jazz block, of course. Don't you worry about it. You asked for it. Of course I'm going to play it. We will go a little bit of Live at the Blue Notes. This comes from Brent Bourgeois. right, here we go. A little sweet potato pie. Now, even though it's jazz, this is going to start your requested food block. Yeah. In between this track and the next, a little news of the dot, 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 dot. Whoa. A 71-year-old Alaska man arrested after he was found with $400,000 worth of drugs hidden inside rotting goat intestines. Yeah. They say the individual was taken into custody at Ted Stevens Anchorage International Airport. Now, this is months after officials initially opened an investigation. They were trying to find the source of these narcotics that were coming into Kodiak. Now, at the airport, investigators with Alaska State Troopers searched a large box that this person checked in as luggage. Now, he initially consented to a search. Okay. Box contained loosely wrapped frozen meat, with multiple small pieces of meat frozen together. They said, okay, well, he approved to letting it thaw so authorities could further investigate. As the frozen items were thawing, they say they started smelling something that wasn't right. Now, the police dog also detecting on drugs as it was thawing. Then the individual tried withdrawing the consent to search, so of course they got a search warrant. Now, he was heading back to Kodiak when he was arrested, initially booking a morning flight and then later rebooking for a later afternoon flight. Now, before that, he agreed to be interviewed, he told investigators, well, yes, I'm the one. I packed the bag myself, but I don't know anything about the drugs in it. Absolutely. Happy SunDaze indeed. That's funny. You have a cup of coffee there. I'm just staring at my empty cup going, I'm going to make one. Give me a second while as I said, the song Sweet Potato Pie was going to be starting your food block. Let me go over here. You had sweet potato pie. How about a little peach pie? And Smokeahontas, what's happening? Nice to see you over there. Plus, I see we got quite a few people over at Facebook. Howdy, howdy. Nice. I did actually like that. It's very good coffee. Looks like I did my walk before just in time. Never late. Never late. It's all good. So how you doing today? Hey, buddy. How's my boy? All right, that tune, Peach Pie. Again, we're getting into your food block. Got your Creole cakes. Here you go. Marius, how are you, my friend? Nice to see you in Facebook land. Stacking wood in a bit. There you go. I still actually have, and I appreciate all the work they did, boy. Stack of wood up the hill from when Chrissy and Rick were around here. Creole Cakes. That was from Trial Recording. Next up, we have a little swap gumbo. Then we wrap it up with Burnt End Bonanza. You can't find the Giants game. Uh-oh. 1 second. was sitting here looking at the scores on NFL.com, and at first I noticed on the Oakland Jets game, Oakland got on the board first, and I was like, no. And
6 points are gone.
I just saw that. What the heck?
Why? Why? I don't know. I was thinking there was a penalty or something.
Yeah, we got to figure out what's going on there. They had 6 points on the board. They were in the red zone. It got taken away.
I know, it's just wrong.
At least we saw that part before.
Really, it's not even live streamed on the NFL app. Well, usually when they don't put things up, it's because they don't sell enough of tickets. It's the whole blackout thing. Hey, how do you think I feel? Buffalo Bills are my team. I hardly ever, honestly, hardly ever get TV games. I'm in Connecticut because of where they're at. So many other teams get the the TV time. Yeah, they took it away. Someone's in the red zone in your game again. Hey Pete, how are you, man? Thanks for joining us in Facebook land. What is the good word this afternoon? Absolutely. Watching the scores right now. You got Philly on the board, 3-0 in the Seattle game. Washington on the board, 3-0 in the Lions game. All right, well, we got Jets on the board now, 3 points, tying it with Oakland. We've got the Saints on the board, 7-0 against Carolina. We've got Cleveland on the board, 7-0 against Miami. Still nothing on the Pittsburgh game. Still nothing in the Chicago Giants game. Still nothing going on in my Buffalo-Denver game. And nothing going on, Atlanta, 3-0 in the Tampa Bay game. And that is strange that you can't find it anywhere, like I said. Well, do you have Red Zone? If you have NFL, you have the Red Zone. And with that, I mean, literally, you get everything. What's going on in every game. I love it. That was Burnt End Bonanza. That was wrapping up your food block right there.
Oh, yeah.
We went Jazz, we transitioned into blues, which are food. Rachel, how are you, my friend? Nice to see you over there in Facebook land. Here we go, little Charlie Peacock, little Sam Ashworth. Top of the beautiful. All right, there you go. I was going to say, yeah, we love the red zone. I mean, we keep it on. We got on the board first. Woohoo! I'm right here.
Oh, God, help me.
Paying some attention to the furry child. Sorry about that. Again, Charlie Peacock right there. Here is Austin Woodward, Zach Ledbetter, picking it up a little bit. This is Stare into Madness. I think there's something going on in a football game. I mean, I really can't hear the little woman. Like I said, you gotta love her, right? And I agree. It's always nice, you know, when you can watch your game on TV or online. I think something happened in a football game, but I really couldn't hear.
He hears you yelling and he's not wanting to go.
There we are. Stare into Madness, Austin Woodward, along with Zach Ledbetter there. Once again, this is Sunday, your SunDaze edition. November 24th, 2019. It is 1:32 p.m. Time's just ripping by like that, eh? Again, there's my boy. What's up, buddy? Quickly, current scores. We have Seattle-Philly game. It's 7-3 now, Seattle favor. We have 3 points, Washington and Detroit game. Washington. We have the Saints 7, Carolina nothing. We have Cleveland 7, Miami nothing. We have nothing on the board in the Pittsburgh-Cincinnati game, but I see somebody is in the red zone. Cincinnati's in the red zone. We have nothing in the Giants-Chicago game. We have 3-0 in my game, Buffalo on the board. We have 7-3 in the Tampa Bay-Atlanta game. Tampa Bay is in the lead. Oh, you know, very happy to hear it. She said no stitches for her son, by the way.
Oh, awesome.
Yes. Yeah, it was just, he's going to have a nice bruise.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, we've been there through that. All right, here is another. This is Pursue. My boy. How you doing, buddy? Huh? Come here. Come on. Come on. Yeah. I got it. pursue Austin Woodward along with Zach Ledbetter.
Not yet.
Let's go here. How about a little Kevin Seconds? Tune's called Just a Little Love.
Ended up once out on the outskirts of a city, and then again somewhere up Highway 49. I love a girl who stole my heart and gave no pity, then gave away the greatest part that once was mine. I only wanted her to show me just a little love. I only wanted her to show me just a little love. A few years passed and I had grown a little stronger. My heart now covered in a layer of mesh and steel. She wrote a letter, asked me if I would forgive her. I couldn't tell her that our love was never real. I only wanted her to show me just a little love. I only wanted her to show me just a little I only wanted her to show me just a little love. I only wanted her to show me just a little love. I only wanted her to show me just a little love. I only wanted her to show me just a little
All right. Again, Kevin Seconds. Pop troubadour to protest singer's heart, a dedicated, prolific folk punk singer songwriter. He's been known to do 10 songs in a week, and the man's done it multiple times. Anybody who is a musician, who writes, knows that's not an easy thing to do. Go to kevinseconds.org. Check them out. All right, let's do... All right, it's called Gone.
Gone is the kid. Fly with your wing. Gone is the queen. Mine eyes never seen. But my good conscience seems right on cue. Dark and just a shade brand new.
All right, my boy. Hey, not a button first.
Gone is the prince. Even with those hands. Gone
Good boy. Ooh. One second, everybody. Gone. Adam Seltzer right there. Adam, he's the writer, the producer, the engineer, the owner of Type Foundry Recording Studio located in Portland, Oregon. He's also the founder of the bands Norfolk and Western and Alleluia Choir. Now, little Airlands, I can do that. No problem. How about an Airlands block? We can get into that. Let me jump over here. Again, I hope the audio is coming across good for everybody. You know, sounds good, looks good for you. It's an enjoyable show. There we go. Waves going by, starting the Airlands block. Again, thank you for all the shares, everybody. Spreading the smiles, sharing the show, letting everybody know. We're here 7 days a week, twice a day for all of you anyway, so have them come on by. Penalty on Buffalo. Feliciano, offensive holding, 10 yards, enforced at Denver 7. But first and goal, 10 at Denver 17. We are in their red zone. 4-yard run on mine. Second and goal at Denver 10. Jay Allen up the middle of the Denver 10 for 4 yards. Second and goal at Denver 10 on my game. We got Seattle and Philly game. Seattle 7, Philly 3. Ooh, Washington 10, Denver 3.
Yeah, they ran back a punt return, 91 yards.
Okay. Yeah, you guys. You've got the ball right now. You're in the red zone.
Yeah.
Yep. It's Jets 9, Oakland 3. We have the Saints 14, Carolina 6.
If the Jets 9, then that means they just scored.
Yep, Jets 9.
Oh, shit.
Cleveland 14, Miami nothing. Wow. Love you too, kiddo.
saw that rain. He came right back in.
All right, still no score in the Pittsburgh-Cincinnati game. No score in the Giants-Chicago game. We, 6-0 on my guys. Good job, everybody. All right, that works. And then we have Tampa Bay in the Atlanta game. We have Atlanta at 10, Tampa Bay at 7. All right, continuing on with your Airlands block. Here's a tune. You know what? I don't think I've ever played this one before. Airlands, out of pop. It's called Love 1985. Let's give a listen, shall we?
I wonder could I stay between the fireflies in 1985? 'Cause that's where I belong. That's where I survive. And the streets still have those names, but the faces aren't the same. 'Cause I feel a criminal. I know you are too. I think it's chemical. I got a reason to fall inside. To fall inside. To fall inside. I fall inside. I fall inside. I'm dancing with the weeds. All the ships have flown, and the flowers have all grown, like the city in the sun, where the brave ones never arrive. But I got these fragile bones. No, you never could know. I feel incredible. I know you are too. I think it's chemical. I got a reason to fall inside. To fall inside. To fall inside. I fall inside. I fall inside.
Kicking 57 yards from Buffalo 35 to Denver 8. Spencer to Denver 32 for 24 yards.
I see birds, I see the flow, I see the rivers and where they go. I see the thoughts that I don't have. I see the sun come through the black. I hear nothing, I see nothing. It's perfect still,
It's okay.
deepest well.
There you go. There's my girl. Where's my good boy? There's Louis, my girl. There's Louis, my Good boy. All right, we have a few songs from Airlands, but that was Love 1985, coming from Airlands. Brand new track, one that we've not played here before. Now, kind of fitting for the show, Light the Torch.
I wish I could see you find your heart.
right, I'm going to have a little more on this day music history, a little bit of news of the weed. Got a couple other things coming up in between this song and the next. That was Light the Torch. Jump off of here, go over to here. What's in your bones? Now, you know, 1973 saw Ringo Starr at #1 here in the U.S. on our singles charts with Photograph, his first 2 U.S. chart toppers as a solo artist. Also in 76, Chicago started a 3-week run at #1. Yeah. There you go. Go get it. Straight up top of the hour. It is 2 o'clock, everybody. 2 o'clock. I'm going to be out of here pretty soon. You know the routine. Enjoyed hanging out with everybody. I hope you've had a good time today between myself and, of course, you had JC's Power Hour. Once again, let's take a quick look over here at the football scores, shall we? We have a 10-3 game in the Seattle-Philly game. We have a 13-3 game in the Washington-Detroit game. Yeah, Washington 13, Detroit 3, Seattle 10, Philly 3. We have 10-3 game. It's Jets 10, Oakland 3. We have the Saints at 17, Carolina 6. We have Cleveland, wow, 21, Miami nothing. Man. All right. In the Pittsburgh game, they are on the board with 3 points. It is 3-0 against Cincinnati. Now, the Giants are on the board with 7-0 in the Bears game. We have 6-0 in my game against Denver. We have 13-10 in the Tampa Bay Atlanta game. Yeah. Hey, you're welcome, Rachel. It's all good. And hey, not everybody's into sports. Not a big deal. I loved playing football. I was into sports as a kid. I mean, I played football in my freshman year of high school, but I unfortunately had 3 ribs broken, and at the time, that ended my career. Now, 3 ribs broken, they'd have you back out there in no time. When will it all break free? Absolutely, Diana. It'd be good. Stay safe. Peace. Much love. When will it all break free is what we just heard. All right. Read the lines between coming at you.
Nobody knows if this was one.
Does have his easy top feel to it, yes. I agree. I agree.
Just by
Come
seeing
in.
it
Come on.
I think we all need to arm ourselves tonight and let
Release and I throw it. You know the routine.
you it's crystal
Release.
clear.
Release. There
And
you
if
go.
we waited, we'd take twice as long. I hesitate.
Come on. We'll try that again. Come here. Come here. Nope. Come here. Over here. Over here. There's aha. Read the lines between. Let me see here. I think we're coming up on we're coming up on our last 10 minutes. So, going to be queuing up, the routine. For the last 10 minutes, it's always Echopraxia, and it's Austin Woodward. Let's go Amalgam. Let me jump and we'll hit up, what the hell? It's Erupt. Then I'll be going over to Austin Woodward. That was called Erupt, coming to you from Echopraxia. Now I'm over here, I'm on Austin stuff. Little hunter dog coming at you. That was Hunter Dog. This, BioTrek. What's happening, True? Nice to see you, man. Thanks for joining us, although you jumped on right at the end. I'm out of here. It's all good. It's all good. Have yourself a good one. All right, everybody, have yourself a good afternoon. Thank you for being here with me today on Compound Concentrates and Coffee, your SunDaze edition. It is November 24th, 2019, 2:22 p.m. Be good, stay safe, much love and respect, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, everybody.